Hello, sweet friend. My name is Micah, and in this video, I thought we'd have a cozy and maybe chatty journal with me session. I want to wrap up January in my Hobonichi daily journal, and so there are these 4 pages that I want to finish off. As most of you know, I only gotten this journal at the almost end of January, so most of January is actually blank, but that's okay. That's just how it is. But so far, I've been doing really well, and sort of I feel like I've been starting to get my groove in this journal, even though I obviously know this layout from last year. There's still something about getting familiar with the new book. There's just a comfort that comes from having a couple pages done, isn't there? So these are 2 really fun pages, I hope. And I hope it's going to be fun to finish these off together. For this one, I don't know if I think it shows up nicely. I did sort of a light watercolor background with some greens and a little bit of like a dirty yellow and a pink. Because why not? I thought. Also, I've been wanting to see how this new Tombow River Suns and Paper deals with or handles watercolor, and it dries nicely, and the colors look great. It is a lot more crinkly than even the previous one is, I feel like, especially after drying. I don't know. Have you had any experience with watercolor and the new Tombow River paper? But anyway, so this page is about sourdough bread. My mother-in-law recently got a big loaf of sourdough bread and from a friend, so home baked, and she just couldn't finish it all, and so we got some of it, which I was very happy about because I love sourdough bread, and I think I've tried making it once myself. I don't know, it was sort of semi-successful. I think there's a whole learning curve to it, I suppose. I'm just grabbing a watercolor brush because I figured I would, even though there's already a watercolor background on the page, I thought I'd still put some browns and ochres onto the bread, make it a little look nice and crusty. That doesn't sound like a compliment, but when we talk about bread, it is. Do you like sourdough bread? Are you someone who enjoys making it themselves, or any kind of bread, really? Um, I mean, I am German, so obviously I love a good bread. And I have found it, I wouldn't say difficult, but most American supermarket bread is just, I wouldn't call that bread, I would call that toast. I'm sorry. And so my husband and I actually, one year we splurged on a bread maker. And so we do make our own bread, but we have the support, I suppose, of a machine. So I don't think I would make that much bread myself if not for being able to just dump in the ingredients and press a couple buttons. So we are doing it the lazy way. But this lady, she did it all by hand, I think. And it was so beautiful and so delicious. And so apparently I might be getting some sourdough starter from this lady. And so we'll see if I can make some sourdough bread. We'll see about that. Well, now I'm hoping that the background won't make it look like the bread is moldy. I didn't think that through, but oh well. We'll go in with it. And then maybe just some, ooh, that's quite dark. Sourdough bread isn't that dark, but it's okay. And then I'll go back in with some lines later to show all those holes. I actually find drawing and painting bread or food in general very hard. I don't know why. It's just not something that comes natural to me. I think I tend to simplify a lot of things in my drawings and in my illustrations. And I sometimes feel like the appeal of food comes from textures and from just the little bits and bobs. And so I often find the detail in food overwhelming, if that makes sense. But I try. And I suppose if I really wanted to, I can do lots of studies, which is a great thing to obviously do in a journal. Like, these kinds of opportunities are great if you want to practice something. Okay, we'll let that dry and then come back in with some line work. But I figured I want to have a little bit of writing space because I want to explain why I've drawn sourdough bread. Something that I've noticed when flipping through older journals, like a lot older journals, I sometimes am missing context. And so, yeah, I definitely want to write why I put this sourdough bread here. So maybe we can have a cute cat over here to just fill in that block. And then just sort of, she looks very happy. She looks like somebody who is happy to have gotten homemade sourdough bread. And then I just have this offcut from a washi tape. Give her something to stand on. I always like having washi tape as a sort of indication of ground for characters to stand on. Quite like that. And I think this pad, I think it's like a classic-y washi tape. So I think that goes well with bread. It looks very rustic in a way. If I can get it off. So how is your journaling going? So we're obviously now in February. Have you stuck with what you intended to work with this year, or has your lineup already changed? I obviously had to change my lineup because Delta lost all of my journals and planners, so I'm slowly figuring out what I want to replace. So far it's been just the Hobonichi, although I guess I can show you real quick while this dries. I just got in an order from Sterling Ink, so instead of replacing my Hobonichi Weeks with another Hobonichi Weeks, I went with the Sterling Ink Common Planner in the Hobonichi Weeks size. So that's kind of cute. I really like her layout and that you get a little bit more space on the day. Yeah. And then I also bought myself a B6 notebook. It's just a notebook with Tombow River paper and grid. I think I'm gonna use this as a secondary journal just for things that don't quite fit on the A6 if I want to have more space. So that's what's currently going on with that. And then on this page, I wanted to do just a little illustrated list, I suppose, of things to brighten up our home. So there's a couple things that I feel like could really bring some joy into our space. One of which is definitely I want a colorful shower curtain. We've been living in this house that we rent for about almost a year now, yeah. And when we moved in, we just got like a random white shower curtain just to like make the shower functional. But we never did the additional step of finding something that we actually like. And so, yeah, I feel like we need some color in our bathroom. We always consider our bathroom not very important because we don't spend a lot of time in there. But I've noticed that I do like a nice bathroom. There's something about acknowledging the fact that this is the space where you either wind down from the day or you get ready for the day. So yeah, I want to show our bathroom some love. And then I'll doodle the rest with some lines. Another thing that I think is really, really cute is when people have cozy lighting in their kitchens, especially if it's like one of these almost more like vintage looking lampshades or lamps. There's like table lamps. And so I definitely want to keep an eye out for one to put in our kitchen. I think that would be really cute. And maybe we'll do the base in green. Yeah, that's kind of sweet. Like so. And then we have some artwork up here and there, but I think we can hang up more pictures. There's definitely some bigger walls that still look a bit empty, and both my husband and I are big fans of Disney movies, especially vintage Disney movies. And so I think it would be really cute if we can find a sweet vintage movie poster from Bambi. This right now looks like nothing, but hopefully once I add the line work, it's a little bit more clear what this is. So that's that. And then another really fun thing that would definitely bring some joy into our home would be some lovely, colorful, or fun bed linens. I think that always makes such a huge difference, doesn't it? We have some colorful bed linens. So yeah, I think lists are always fun in journals. Obviously, you could do this with pictures too. You could really pick some items out. But this is also fun to just draw them out, sketch them out. Be creative, use your markers. Yeah, okay. Really cute. And the nice thing about the markers is it doesn't crinkle the paper, and so it doesn't add any bulk. All right, let's add some lines. I have here my trusty Pilot Custom 912 fountain pen that I got from Yoseka last year. I love this pen. It's my favorite. Should I zoom you in a little bit further? So this is the scary part because either I'm gonna tie this together and make it look like a bread or not. But it's just a journal. We can't be free and trying things out here, where can we do that? And I guess bread is rather forgiving because it's like it has all these bumps and textures. So maybe we can suggest some valleys and ups and downs, crusty things. Nice and crusty. Maybe indicate some crumbs there. And now the holes from the air, I guess? Yeah, I guess air causes these holes in bread, doesn't it? Like so, maybe? And doing the same thing here, just nice and loose and wobbly. Then it looks really fun. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. What do you think? It could also be a potato with strange things on it. That's all right. And then here we have a glass of jam, I thought. A little wobbly too. But that's okay. And then I think this is apricot jam. Like that. Cute. And then I have some space to write here about how we got that sourdough bread. And how yummy it is. Okay. Onto our little doodles. If you've been around for a while, you know that I love these sort of like really simple doodles where you just combine shapes of color with some line work. I think that's a very effective and easy way, even if you consider yourself a non-artist, to include some drawings in your journaling. I've started a YouTube video list, a watch list of some doodle tutorials. I'll have that linked below if you want to check that out. I know I still have to keep going with that. Just haven't had the time really lately to add to that, but I still want to show you some more things and how easy certain things can be once you break them down into some shapes. Okay, and then here we are adding the loop for the lamp. Maybe we indicate the lamp in there. And then maybe it has these, I love when they have these cute little poles to turn on the light. Like that. And then maybe it has a little bit of a pattern on the base. Yeah, really sweet. And then maybe we can indicate that this is sort of a little bit like a wrinkled lamppost. Not lamppost, lampshade. Okay, maybe the watercolor needs to be moving out of the way. Okay, Bambi now. This is the hook for the, or not the hook, the loop for the, can you see? Yeah. This is gonna be so tiny. Bambi. Do you have a favorite classic Disney movie? I mean, there were so many good ones. And I mean, I guess Bambi is both. It's so beautiful, but it's also so very sad. That's the little butterfly on Bambi's tail. And here, I guess we just need to indicate the fold over from the bedspread. And maybe the thickness of the pillows. Yeah. And then I can add the descriptions later. Yeah, I think those are really effective, and this was really quick and easy to do. That's quite fun. And then here I wanted to do a little bit of collaging with you. So something that I want to do or start this year is on the 31st, I think I want to add sort of like a little bit of a monthly review page. It's something that I want to give a try. Obviously, then if something really fun and memorable happens on the 31st, I'll have to figure out how I want to handle that, if I want to add tip-ins or something like that. But maybe we can add a little label that'll just say month in review or something like that. We could do this pretty label here or this one. That's quite pretty, isn't it? We'll see if I can figure out how to write that. And then I'll just probably... Well, I could glue over the date. If it's just the whole month in review, I can do that. Or I can just off-center it. Well, do we have a cat that we want to combine with this label? Something that fits a monthly review or sort of encapsulates how I felt this month would be good too. Just a sort of representation. Well, maybe this. Just a cozy cat in a hoodie, and the color matches perfectly. Yeah, we could do something like that, and then you could still see the 31st, and I can have quite a bit of writing space. I'll zoom you out a little bit further. I feel like my camera game is a little off today. Just getting back into the swing of things, I suppose. So that could be something, and then we can look in just a moment in some of my sticker paper, or not sticker paper, on my sticker album, if we want to add some stickers. And then just keep lots of writing space. I think I've mentioned that in my other video before, that I feel like this year is the first time where I almost feel a little bit like I'm constantly running out of space on my A6 pages, which I feel like it didn't happen that much last year. I don't know. I'm not sure why that is, but that's one of the reasons why I also got that B6, to see if that helps. All right, so we're at that label there. Cute. And then did I print this on sticker paper? I think so. This label is by Erin Ware. And then this cat is from Cat Collage Club. Have all of that linked below if you want to check that out. Okay. Now, I just glued that down, and I realized with lettering, it's always a good idea to do that before sticking something into your journal, because if you mess up the writing, then you can, especially if it's like a printable or something, or a notepad that you have multiple ofs, then you can redo it. But now I just committed. Oh well. And then this page, I want to write about something that I've been currently really enjoying watching, which is the TV show Survivor. I didn't know about this show, but it's very captivating. It's a mix of sort of like a survivalist thing, but also it's a group of people and they are competing in these challenges, and so the sole survivor at the end of it wins $1 million. And I'm not so much into the survivor part of it, but the social dynamics, because they vote each other out, are fascinating. It is so fascinating. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I've been very hooked on that. So I thought maybe I can sort of switch it up a little bit, and maybe break it up and have like one area here for writing, and do that. What do you think? And then I have a little bit of other writing here, or I could make this about the survivor and then journal about something else here. But I guess this is a fun way to break up the page, huh? Do something a little different. Could even add this lettering piece. Yeah, that's quite cute. Why not? Why not do something different? I think this is just normal paper. Do you like the layout of the Hobonichi? Ooh, now I got the glue all over this. Yeah, do you like the Hobonichi layouts? Do you mind the quotes? Or the field with the date? Or are you someone who also just covers that up and doesn't pay much attention to it. I feel like for me, it's sort of sometimes I do mind and sometimes I don't mind. Sometimes I wish we had that extra space down there that's taken up by the quotes. But it doesn't seem like they're gonna get rid of the quotes anytime soon. So I also wonder if the quotes are if they just feel a bit different in Japanese. If some of the translations are part of the why they sometimes feel a little bit. Okay, so why is that here? I mean, if you enjoy the quotes, I'm happy for you. Really. Alrighty, the card in my camera was full, so I don't know where it stopped recording, but I just glued down all these elements here. Really cute, the cat with her TV, so I can journal about my love for Survivor. Something I didn't ever know I would be doing, but there's that. In particular, I also want to journal about that there's something very heartening about this show, which is sometimes there are these people in the group that think they have it all figured out and that they're the kings of the group and that they can manipulate everyone into doing what they want. But most of the time, those people are voted off. So people do not tolerate that kind of bossing around. So yeah, that's just really nice to see. All right, let's just see if we can find some cute stickers to add to this page. Maybe something like down here, that would be nice, so I can journal a little bit and then have a little something something down there. It would be cute. Still working on cutting out some more elements from my PET tapes and printables and stuff like that, but obviously that does take quite a bit of time. But we're working on it. So here, that's a pretty flower. That might look really nice. I mean, the colors go really well together. Is it too big? Is that gonna... Something I've noticed with this kind of thing, sometimes I did that with this one too. I added these cute little doodles of little makeup things, and then I ended up totally running out of space because I drew them before I wrote, so need to be a little bit more mindful of that. But yeah, that might go, and then maybe something that can be with the cat over there. There's these pink ones. Either the bush, not the bush, the multiple branches. Is that too big? That would have worked if I had done that before gluing her down. I guess I could have that overlap. Or we use one of these smaller flowers. Whoops, sorry, you can't see. I do think I'm gonna buy myself some tweezers for stickers. I always thought they were... that looked odd when people used tweezers with stickers, but I think that's actually really handy. I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe like that. Folds that corner really cute. Okay, and then do I want to overlap something over there too? Is that too many flowers? Is that even a thing, too many flowers? I do have a lot of flowers. I kind of need something... I think I need a little bit more variety in my stickers. I need something other than flowers. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess we'll leave it at that. For now, anyway. Yeah, okay. I think then I'm ready to just fill in some of my writing. So do like a January review here. Writing about watching Survivor here. And then here I just need to add some little descriptions of what these things are and write about the wonderful sourdough bread. All right, yeah, and that's then it. That connects us to the rest of the pages. Fun, fun. Okay, well, thank you so much for keeping me company. I hope you got some journaling done too, or you just had some relaxing time with me, or got dishes done. That's great too. Either way, thank you so much for sharing this time with me, and until next time, happy journaling.